Hello, this is Tammy with Talking with Tam with my special guest, my brother-in-law in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, James Arrowwood. James, are you there?
I surely am. It's good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you. Well, I thought maybe I could talk to you for just a couple minutes about the debate last night in the Republican Party. Did you get to watch that last night?
Yeah, I did. I watched the entire show.
Okay. And we are down to Ron Paul, Rick Santorum, Newt Gingrich, and Mitt Romney, correct?
That's right.
And how would you like to start us out? What did you think?
Well, I guess I'm a little frustrated. We got the two candidates, Romney and Gingrich. Gingrich's been in Washington too long.
Okay.
And Romney, I think, is a good businessman. He's made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's the man that needs to run our country.
Okay.
Those two men, especially Gingrich, he went around and every state he goes to, like when he was in Florida last night, he's promising things to everybody he goes to, each state. Last night he was promising to put a colony in outer space. NASA, was down there. That's a big space state there.
Yeah. And
he promises things to every state that he goes to. And
go ahead.
I was going to say that Santorum, in my eyes, is the best candidate. I feel like he's a honest guy, and he stands for what he says, whether it's right or wrong. He has his beliefs, and he's not going to promise things just to get your vote, I don't believe.
Right.
Which the other two, they won't go out on a limb and say what they really think. They want to test the waters and see how the crowd feels about it, and they'll go, with what the crowd wants.
Right.
You can't do that always as being a leader.
Right.
You always take the popular way out. You have to do the things sometimes that need to be done that's not the popular way.
Right. Right. Well, the one thing with Newt that I think Mitt got him on, and that's what you're alluding to, is the promising the colony. And I was reading last night when I finished watching the show that it looks like Russia is due to do that by 2016. I just happened to be reading my Mode magazine that has Mrs. Obama on the front, and there was different facts that they usually have this one sheet, and for some reason, it showed that Russia, Newt was saying China's going to be the first, but from what I was reading last night, it looks like Russia's in line, and I do not think we are in the position, if Russia's looking to do that in 2016, that's 4 years from now. Do you think that we realistically could man up and get that done in 4 years and beat Russia to it?
I don't think that should be one of our priorities.
I know.
That's the way I feel, and that's what Santorum said. There's so many things here in the United States that need our attention.
Yeah.
You can't be promising to spend all this money when we're already trillions of dollars in debt. Yeah. We've got to buckle down, and that's what he said that if he was president, we would do. We would have to buckle down and just like each family has their finances, they have to take care of. The United States has to do the same thing.
Right, right. Well, what did you think of Ron Paul last night?
I've watched him and all four of the debates, and I don't think I want him to be president. No. He's just too, I don't know the word, he likes to stir up trouble from what I can see. Yeah. I just don't think he would make a good president.
I think he's got some good ideas, and then he's got some far-out ideas, and the far-out ideas could be quite scary for us.
Right. So, yeah, I believe you're right. He does have some ideas that are out there.
Did you notice, I'm real big at body language, like watching people when they talk. Do you notice that every time that Mitt talks, or let's say he's someone else, one of the candidates they're talking, and they're talking about him, he'll look directly at that person as they're talking about him, and then he looks directly at them when he's responding. Whereas when you look at Newt especially, he looks away. He will not make the eye contact as much. Did you notice any of that, James?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that on several occasions.
Yeah. What did you think of Rick Santorum's 93-year-old mother? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw, I guess, when she stood up, and introduced her, or at least said that she was out there in the crowd, and she stood up.
Yeah, she's something else. She's what we call a young whippersnapper. She does not look 93 at all. So I think the big concern for some Republicans with Rick Santorum is they don't believe he can beat Obama. So I don't know. I forgot. I haven't seen the latest statistics. I know that Newt, when you put him against Obama, it's in the high teens, 18 to 20-something% that President Obama would beat Newt. And that's only new statistics I got to see. So I don't know how Rick Santorum stacks up. I know that my husband likes him, and he really came out last night. I would say that he was one of the better of the four last night. He really hammered it. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Santorum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% for Santorum from what I'm seeing. I didn't know anything about him before this debate started. Mm-hmm. But I'm for somebody that will stand up for what they believe in. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he is the clear contrast to Obama. And Santorum, as far as health care goes, not Santorum, Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich, mm-hmm. both of those guys were, Romney care just like Obamacare, and then Newt Gingrich, he was supporting the government health care too until just here recently, within the past year or so. And Santorum has been against it all along. Right. And I think if one of those guys really have a chance to beat Obama, that Santorum is the biggest contrast to Obama. Right, right. Healthcare and then the immigration, Romney and both Gingrich, as far as immigration, they have a little bit different. They want to leave some folks there and make it where they might not be, make it where they can live here legally, but not give them citizenship. Right. Where Santorum says, you're breaking the law. Breaking the law is breaking the law. Right. And I agree with that. Yeah. And that's going to make more jobs for legal Americans. Right. Right. Well, and a lot of people that I know that, again, like my husband, where their parents legally came into the country, they are probably, the immigrants, first-generation immigrants especially, are more, how should I put it, they're even harder about immigration. They believe you should do it properly because their family members did it properly, and it's not right for other people to come in here illegally. And I know when I lived in San Diego, they get health benefits, they, all different kinds of things. And it's not that you're trying to be mean, but when we go to other countries, they're pretty tough about what, their policies are, and they stick by it. So I don't know why we can't have some rules and regulations. I think the immigration, maybe they need to look at that a little bit differently and maybe change things within that. But as far as illegal immigration, it's like Santorum says, it's not right. What do you think about the borders, tightening up the borders? Do you agree with that, or, building walls? Do you have any input on that? I'm not real sure what would be the right thing to do on as far as, tightening up the borders, putting more people out there, or building walls. I don't know. I don't really know what the answer to that question is.
Okay. Well, I thought it was interesting. There's no more debates now, although Lars said that he thought we might be able to squeeze one more in, but there's no more debates before the Florida primary, which I believe is on Tuesday. So do you have any predictions?
I've seen what they're saying on the computer, and I believe that what I saw just a little while ago, it looked like Santorum was closer to Obama as far as the spread in the points, closer than Gingrich. Okay. But then Ron Paul was even closer than that. So I don't really know. I don't take a lot of stock in these polls anyway. And like I say, I'm a little frustrated about the media. Yeah. Santorum and Paul hadn't been getting equal time in these debates at all. That it's been they're making it into a two-man run by giving all the time to Gingrich and Romney, and I just don't understand why they're not giving more time to Santorum, because he, to me, seems like he would be a great candidate for president.
Well, and you've got right now where Romney and Newt and Rick Santorum have all won one state. So it seems to me, since it's right now a three-way tie, that they would give as much at least to Rick. You know what I'm saying? Why did they? Which I think they did. Last night was probably a little bit better, but I think he was pushing it also. You know, trying to get in on some of that. So maybe that's why it felt like he was more on last night than what I've seen in previous debates. And maybe I'm wrong. But maybe he made the most of when he was on. You know, the attacks were a little bit stronger this time from him. And what did you think about when Mitt said there's no reason to get angry about, you know, how'd you feel when he said that to Rick?
I think he made a lot of folks mad when he said that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he messed up.
Yeah.
I want to say about Santorum, you know, he did get firm last night. You know, you had Gingrich before who got, you know, kind of upset at the media about asking a question about his wife.
Right.
His previous wife. And he got fired up and got mad and showed some backbone, I guess, talking to the media, to the guys asking questions.
Right.
And the crowd loved it. Well, Santorum done a little bit of that last night toward the media, where they were kept back and forth, you know, about how Mitt Romney made his money and how Gingrich on the Fannie Mae, you know, he was like a consultant. That's what the media is trying to say, or I guess a lobbyist. But, you know, Santorum said, can't y'all just leave that alone? They both seem to be like they made their money honestly. Can't y'all leave that alone and focus on the real issues? You know, and he was a little forceful then, and I'm sure he would do fine against Obama.
Yeah. Yeah, he's starting to kind of hone in on his debating skills, I think, the more he does. So.
I believe that Gingrich is a very good debater.
Yeah.
And that's where he's just been in Washington too long. He's a fat cat. And how are you going to change Washington if you put another guy up there that's been there for so many years?
And he's made millions off of it, James.
Oh, Fannie Mae, and that was funny when they were talking about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, or whatever it is. Yeah. Both of them, Romney and Gingrich, pointed fingers at each other. They both made money off of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Santorum is not a rich man. He don't have a lot of money for campaigning, and that's, I believe, why he is so low on the polls.
Yeah, he
does. Because the other two got millions they're pouring in for ads in Florida and, you know, all these other states.
Yeah.
And it takes money, but it's a shame that we have to put somebody in office as a millionaire, because he's not going to be looking out for folks like us.
Right, right.
Somebody like Santorum that is not a millionaire.
Right.
I think he would, like I said, he's going to do what's best for the people. He's not going to be looking to line his pockets.
Right, right.
I believe that's the kind of fellow he is.
It's starting to get to, well, and I think it has been, the common man cannot be president. So,
yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, I think if we could get Santorum in there, that would be pretty close to a common man, as close as we've been in a long time.
Yeah. Well, James, I appreciate you coming on to the Talking with Tam YouTube video and sharing your thoughts with us, and maybe we can get back with you after we see how the primary goes on Friday, and I believe they go to Nevada after that. Do you know when they're coming to Alabama by any chance, when your primary is?
I don't know, but I just, on the computer a little while ago, I saw there's a list of, I don't know, 6 or 7 more states.
Right.
That they were going to, and I know I read on there that Santorum said he's in it for the long haul, and I'm a little worried about him. I'm a little worried about the Republican Party trying to push him out, to tell him to drop out, so that, you know, Romney's more of a liberal. Yeah. And Gingrich and Santorum are supposed to be more conservatives. I'm afraid that it's going to come down to the Republican Party trying to get Santorum to drop out, so that they'll have just a fight between Gingrich and Romney as far as the liberal and the conservative.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hope that don't happen. I hope he can hang in there long enough and win some more debates, and, you know,
okay,
be good.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.